Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Sorry for the technical issue.
No
We have to
problem.
start again from the beginning. Hope
Okay.
you can give us the time. Hello? Hello, ma'am. Can you hear us?
I can.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Like we are going to start again from the beginning
No
because
problem.
we are going live on YouTube. So whatever happened, that session didn't happen properly. It was full of echo on the YouTube. It didn't record properly.
No problem. I'm right here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marjia Monir. And I'm Kollipakula Hasmitha. Together, we warmly welcome you all to today's special session on ADHD Awareness Day, where we reflect on understanding, accepting, and including everyone. Today, we are here to shed a light on a condition that affects many children and adults around the world. ADHD or Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. Yes, ADHD is not just about learning facts. It's about building empathy, support, and inclusion. Every child deserves to feel accepted, included, and respected. To begin our session, may I invite Shahzaib to officially welcome everyone.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of our school, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our respected principal, Ma'am Mrs. Abhilasha Singh, our vice principal, Ma'am Mrs. Sim Ajay, all our dedicated teachers, and dear students. A very special welcome to our guest speaker, Mrs. Ceanlia Vermeulen, an expert in child development and special education, who has graciously joined us today to help us better understand ADHD. Let us keep an open heart and mind as we learn how to create classrooms and communities where every child feels valued and included. Thank you, and once again, a warm welcome to everyone.
Thank you, Shahzaib, for that thoughtful welcome. We are truly honored to have Ms. Ceanlia Vermeulen, delegation member of the World Inclusion Congress, Almaty, Kazakhstan. Neurokind's International Neurodiversity Conference 2026 advisory board member with us today. She had been working closely with many children and families, helping them overcome challenges and highlighting their strengths. Today, she will guide us in understanding ADHD and how we can be better friends, classmates, and teachers to those who live with it. Welcome, ma'am. Over to you.
Good afternoon to this beautiful family of you guys. I would like to say thank you for that beautiful introduction. Thank you to Ms. Daniell for inviting me and making today possible. Divya, your passion for inclusion truly shines through everything that you do. And it is such a joy to collaborate with someone who really leads with both heart and purpose. I also had the absolute privilege meeting your principal during the World Inclusion Congress in Almaty, Kazakhstan. And I still remember how proudly she spoke about your school, about Shining Star being a place where inclusion is not just a word, but it is a way of life. So being here with all of you today, it really feels continuing that same conversation, one about understanding, acceptance, and celebrating the beauty in every kind of mind. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time for our students to ask their thoughtful questions. Over to you, Daniel.
What message would you like to share with students about respecting and including friends with ADHD?
What I would like to say is that we are all humans, okay? And we all feel different. We all see the world different. And when you live your life, you think this is how everybody sees it, but it's not. It is how you see it. So when you have a friend with ADHD, that doesn't mean much. It's just like having a friend with blue eyes and another one with red hair and other one with brown legs, you know? So I think we must respect everybody and have friends. I think it's very important to have friends. But when we're going to look at having a friend that has ADHD, respect in friendship, I wish that every student knew that ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity, is not a problem with behavior. It is just that our brain work a little bit different. When you see a friend fidgeting, fidget means they cannot sit still, they move around the whole time. Or that you can see that they forget things, or, I don't want you to think that, they are just rude, or they're not interested, or that their brain is broken, or there's something wrong with them. It is just that our brain is dancing, okay, and it's dancing very fast. It is like having all kinds of music playing at the same time, and we like in a ballroom and in a disco room and in a whatever place, it's just a little bit crazy in our heads. So instead of getting frustrated with your friend, take a breath, smile, okay? Be the friend that says, you know what, it's okay, I got you, it is going to be okay. People with attention deficit, they might forget birthdays. It's not because you are not important. Okay, we just lose track of time, but we never forget kindness. When you are with your friends, cheer for them really loud, like make them laugh, even on the worst days. Bring some color, creativity, courage into the world, because that's what they do for you. They're the ones that make you smile. They're the ones that make you happy. They're also the ones that upset you. But my message to you is, include us, okay? Laugh with us, learn with us. Try to understand what is happening in my mind, what is happening, when somebody talks to me and it looks like I'm not here. Learn some things like what works for me. Like my daughter, okay? My daughter will go like, Mom, hello, Mom, are you here? I go like, yeah, I'm here. And she goes like, what is the last thing that you remember? And then I will think about what's the last thing that I remembered that we talked about. In the past, she would go like, Mom, you don't listen to me. And guess what? My mom said exactly the same thing. My mom would go like, Ceanlia, you don't listen. My teacher would go like, Ceanlia, you don't listen. It is just that my mind went somewhere else a little bit. So my daughter has learned very cleverly, Mom, what's the last thing you remembered? And then I will tell her, and she goes like, okay, let's get back on track. We talk about this. We are not talking about something else. We are talking about this. And that really helps me because I don't feel like a bad parent or a bad friend. When you understand somebody else's rhythm, just like, you don't just jump in to help them, just be there with them. You can help a whole classroom, like just let's move a little bit. When you move class, like, hey, let's jump on one leg or something, whatever works for them. That is what true inclusion means. That's what true inclusion feels like. It's like when you don't look at me as there's something wrong with me, but you are there to help. Because everyone is unique. Everyone comes with something special. And people with ADHD are very creative. So, just be a friend and be there with us. Don't get upset or annoyed with us. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Daniel, for starting with such an inspiring question. Now it's turn to Safiya.
How can teachers and classmates support a child with ADHD in classrooms and at home?
You know what? That's really a beautiful question. I love it because the best support that you can give us with ADHD or a child with ADHD, doesn't matter if you're a teacher, a classmate, a parent, the first thing is to just understand us. Don't correct us. I had a teacher once who looked at me when I was fidgeting during a reading activity, and everyone else was telling me, sit still. But she quietly said, Ceanlia, if standing helps you listen better, you can stand. And you know what? It was the way that she said it. It wasn't that there was something wrong with me. I felt seen for the first time. I felt like she wasn't there to fix me. I felt that she understood me. She saw me. And I needed to be seen. Not as this person that moves around the whole time, but somebody that just processes information through movement. Teachers can make the world really different by doing simple things like break big, long tasks into smaller steps, give clear instructions. Give me short instructions instead of the long one. For example, if it is like an English lesson and the teacher says, write the date, write the heading, we are doing conjunctions, open your textbook on page 28, do exercise 3.5. I can't remember all of that. It's too many steps. And if it gets broken down step by step, it really helps. As a teacher, what I've used with my student is gave them an A4 sheet that was laminated and with numbers. And number 1 would say date. Then I know, okay, write the date. And 2 was the heading. Okay, write the heading. And then number 3 is like textbook. Okay, page 28. Go to page 28. Do exercise 3.5, whatever it was. Okay, it's broken down. Now I can do it. Because it's not that we cannot do it. We just can't remember a long instruction. And then when you ask us a question, okay, don't expect an answer immediately. We need time to process the information. So information processing skills means that I have to hear what you say, then my brain has to remember what you said, then the information goes to the parts of my brain that tells me what you are saying, and then it goes to another part of the brain that tells me what I'm supposed to do. And I need time for my brain to run all these pathways. Imagine a very, very, very busy highway, like there's a bridge, there's like 5 lanes and everybody goes everywhere. And so if you could just give me a little bit of time to think about what you've said, and then I can give you the answer back, that would really help me. And then we are visual people. Like we like pictures, we like colors. That makes sense to us. We like mind maps. So short instructions, use visuals, checklist, like 1, 2, 3. I cannot work with dot. Like when people give you a list and it's got little dots, I can't work with that. Give me numbers. So you go like we're at number 3 now. And then when it's possible, let us move. Start the lesson with a brain gym activity. And then when you transition from one activity to the next, let's do another movement. Like, let's touch our ears or jump up and down 5 times or, do something. Then we focus better because our bodies had time to breathe. And classmates, you know what? Be patient. Don't get so annoyed with them. If you see a friend with ADHD, tapping or doodling like drawing pictures or just like looking away, okay, don't assume that we are not listening. That is a different way for us to listen. When you take my tools away, like I like to draw because it helps me to concentrate. And it's not that I don't pay attention. It is that I can pay attention when my hands are busy. One of the students used to draw the whole time while I was speaking. And when I checked his notes later, he had captured every word, but in a picture. His hands was moving, but his mind was right there with me. away from diagnosis like you have ADHD, you have attentive ADHD, you have inattentive ADHD. That sounds like there's something wrong with me, there's something wrong with the person. And what especially Abu Dhabi and the UAE is doing is they are moving to a social model, which asks, what does this student, this person needs to succeed? I don't need the label of ADHD, because you can be a dreamer without being ADHD. You can be somebody that moves. You may be a dancer without having ADHD. So you don't need the label to say you have ADHD. It's like putting loser in my forehead, like, hello, loser. You know, I'm not a loser. Okay, I just have a different wired brain. So I think the main thing is for us to belong, is for everybody to accept everybody. It doesn't matter what your culture, what your diagnosis, what your background, where you come from. You know, that's got nothing to do with it. There's nothing wrong with a child with ADHD, because, you know, there is a lot of things that goes right. As long as you've got the label, it means that, you know, there's something wrong. But there's so many things that are right. So when teachers and classmates or a school start seeing what is right with every child instead of what is wrong, what is missing, you know, what you will see amazing things happen, and learning will become so much fun. It will be really enjoyable. So for me, inclusion is it's not about making everything the same. Okay, because we are never exactly the same. It is about giving every person the need to shine, like in your school.
Thank you, ma'am, for that wonderful information. Now we have another question by Sidra.
What are some common challenges students with ADHD face while studying or doing their homework?
A common challenge. Wow. You know what? I think that's a hard one, because I don't think are common challenges. I think there is everybody has challenges. I think everybody is succeeding and having problems. I think if I'm going to look purely at the person with ADHD, then I would say studying is really hard for us. Listening is really very hard for us. For example, when I hear music, I don't hear the words, I hear the tune. My daughter, on the other hand, she hears the lyrics. I go like, oh, Mom, did you hear that? Oh, yeah. And then she goes like, oh, I think this person means this. What is she talking about? So, you know, to be real, studying and homework is very hard for us, for people with ADHD. It sometimes feels like climbing a mountain while chasing a butterfly, okay? It's an uphill. It's not easy. When I was younger, I would sit and study for 5 minutes, and then I would be doing everything except studying. My mother had a way of saying it. She goes like, oh my goodness, Ceanlia, it takes you an hour just to get ready for study, because I want to go get some coffee, then I want to go get some cool drink, then I want to get some water. And my father would go like 3 drinks. And it was a joke in our house until I became a teacher and became a specialist and I started attending these conferences. I realized that's one of the traits of us as ADHD. It takes us long to get going, and then it takes us long to get stopping again. So once I have all my drinks and all my colored pencils and my ruler, then I start to sit, and then I will suddenly think, oh gosh, I'm now hungry. And then where is my pencil? So we get distracted a lot. So to be organized is really hard. I think to have a place that is set up for us, like a table where there's my color cookies, there's my color pencils, there's my pencils, there's my pens. That would help. You know, if my mother knew I had ADHD when I was a kid, I think that would have helped me. It is not that I don't want to study. It is just that my brain was very curious about everything that was happening. So have your walls cleared. I think the biggest challenge for us is that we lack focus. It's not that we don't want to focus. Our brain just doesn't focus. So It's not that we don't focus, because a lot of people see ADHD as a lack of focus. I want to correct that. It is not a lack of focus. It's that we are focusing on too many things at the same time. Okay? Like you are maybe talking about the egg that's in the nest, but we see the whole forest with all the trees and all the branches. And then, like, is this egg on the ground or in the tree? And it's too many things for us. What else? Another challenge. ADHD brains we are made for movement, stimulation, creativity, not for sitting still. So one of the things that I came up when I was a teacher was we'll give homework or a task, and it's up to the child how they want to present it. Do they want to draw a picture? Do they want to report? Do they want to make a video? Do they want to write about it? I think the other big problem or challenge we have is consistency. Okay, some days we are super productive. We're super focused, we're productive, and we finish everything. Like I can do a whole week's work in like 2 hours. And then other times, especially when it's something that we're very interested in, it's called hyper-focus. We're into it. And then we finish everything and we are full of ideas and full of excitement. And other days it is like, your cell phone has not been plugged in. It's like, the wire, the charger is just gone. It's because we run out of energy, we run out of interest, and it's not intention. So what will help? Okay. Again, turn big tasks into smaller steps. Small wins, like let's celebrate every win, every task that's completed. Study in short little bits, like 15 minutes, and then take a 5-minute break and then come back, unless it is like me and I can't get back into it because now I'm all over. Change of environment. Okay, I can remember studying for my final maths exam, and it was like midnight, and I just couldn't get this thing right. And my father was a mathematician, and he sat with me, and eventually went like, "Listen, Ceanlia, go for a walk." And it was like midnight. I just went for a walk, like a 20-minute walk outside, and I came back, and in 2 minutes I got it. So I just needed that change of environment. Every child with ADHD, we want to do well. Okay, we just need support, and a support that will fit our brain. The magic happens when we feel seen and when we try again. Okay, that is when consistency grows, not from pressure. Okay, by putting pressure on somebody, that's not going to help, but by encouragement. I hope that answered your question.
Thank you, ma'am, for that wonderful explanation. Then you can go ahead.
Are there any simple tips that can help students with ADHD to focus better in class?
Ooh, tips to focus in class. Now, this is an adventure that I have been on my whole life. For people with ADHD, okay, focusing, it's not about trying harder. Okay, if you're going to tell me, Sandra, just try harder, it is about to find a way that's going to work for my brain. Our brains are like a Formula One car. Like when you're in Abu Dhabi, you've seen the Formula One cars. It's like, it goes around the track. Okay, that is an ADHD brain. We are fast, we are full of power. But you know what? We need the right track. You cannot take a Formula One car and go and put it like on a farm road, on a dirt road. It's not going to work, okay? We need the right tires, and we need a good pit crew. And a pit crew is very important. Those are the people that helps. So here are tricks that help me, and maybe it will help you guys. So move before you sit, okay? Sometimes I will say to my ADHD kids, okay, there's the staircase, go and run up. And they choose if they want to run up once or 10 times. Okay, and they come back to class, like the energy is out. Take a quick walk, stretch your arms, do some jumping jacks, or even just like put a song on and dance and, have some fun. So movement really helps our brain to focus. Chunk your time. Chunk means break your time up. 1 hour, oh my gosh, that's a lot. But 15 minutes, I can do 15 minutes. 15 minutes so long, do 5 minutes, break it up. So set a timer for 15 minutes for full focus, then a 5-minute break. And the break is, drinking something, because listen, how a person with ADHD get their energy is sometimes through food, okay? I can drink coffee 12 o'clock at night, and quarter past 12, I can go and sleep. And my mother goes like, you must stop drinking coffee from 1 o'clock. I go like, why? Because it will keep you awake. For people with ADHD, it has this reverse effect. I know Red Bull is bad, but people drink Red Bull and they're like energy bunnies. No, we're not. Like, we focus. It doesn't affect us. But don't drink it, too much sugar. Make visuals, okay? Use colors, doodles, sticky notes. I wonder if I can show you. I will take a screenshot, or I'll show you guys I wonder if I show you my office. I don't know if you can see my wall. Oh no, you can't. I've got the screen. Okay, I will show you guys later. But I've got sticky notes everywhere on those walls. Keep a note. Remind me to show you later. Change positions. Okay, then you sit on the floor, then you sit on your chair. Music. I like listening to music while I work. It helps me focus. Start something that you love. Okay, ADHD, we run on interest and not obligation. So if you start with a task that excites you, even for just 5 minutes, the brain will release dopamine, and that energy will help me keep momentum. And then celebrate the small little things that we do, okay? Like a list, make a list. Give yourself a yes, I did it. ADHD brains, we love dopamine. And every small success, it fuels our brain for the next step. I still do this as an adult. Even when I'm writing, when I'm preparing for talks, or when I'm doing school reports, I work in short little bursts. I take water breaks. Okay, water is fuel. I use my colored notes. I reward myself. But you know what? If my friends reward me, that's even nicer. So, see, maybe this week your friend is into this. When I was a kid, on the pencil, there was this little rubbers that we could put up, like a bunny or a rabbit or something, like a giraffe. And then I lost interest in that. But yeah, see what works. Focus is not about sitting still. It is about feeling connected. And then when your heart is in it, okay, your mind will follow. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we truly appreciate the time you took to answer each of the questions with patience and clarity. To conclude our session, I now invite Marjia to deliver the vote of thanks. A very good afternoon to all. On behalf of our school community, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our guest speaker, Ms. Ceanlia Vermeulen, for her valuable insights and for helping us understand ADHD in such a simple and meaningful way. Our heartfelt thanks to the principal ma'am and vice principal ma'am for their session so engaging, for their constant guidance and encouragement. A special thanks to all the teachers and students for actively participating and making today's session so engaging. Let us carry forward the message of understanding, acceptance, and inclusion, because every child matters, every child belongs. Thank you. And that brings us to the end of today's enlightening session.
I would like to I would like to say thank you. Carry on, sorry.
We have learned that We have learned that ADHD is not about weakness. It's about differences. With patience, kindness, and support, every child can shine. Let us remember, inclusion is not just about sitting in the same classroom. It is about truly accepting, respecting, and supporting each other. Thank you all for joining us today. Stay kind, stay inclusive, and let's make our world where everyone belongs. Where everyone belongs. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, truly for your thoughtful questions. My goodness, those were amazing questions. Your beautiful smiles and the way that you were listening to me, I really appreciate it. It reminded me why I love what I'm doing. So remember, ADHD is not a disorder to fix. It is a different rhythm of understanding. When we move, we ask ourselves, not what is wrong with you, rather ask, what do you need? We move from judgment to joining, from labeling to lifting each other up, and from confusion to compassion. My mum used to say, Ceanlia, hello, back to earth, not your fool's paradise. And you know what? That fool's paradise turned out to be a beautiful place where I found my creativity, my empathy, and my calling. So if you've ever been told that you are too much, too loud, too distracted, remember this. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. The world needs your energy, your ideas, and your heart. So keep being curious, keep including, and keep shining. Because when we understand, when we accept, and when we include everyone, okay, we just don't make a better school. We are building a kinder world. So thank you. Thank you, Shining Star International School students, principals, especially Miss Divya. Thank you for leading with so much heart. You truly lift your school's name, because today, every single one of you shone just like a star. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful session. Thank you, Ms. Ceanlia. Thank you to coming and talking with us and give a lot of information for my kids. And really thank you, Ms. Ceanlia.
It's so good to see you. Thank you for coming on screen. I was hoping I can see you. Really, thank you very much for this invitation. I know there was a lot of messages, a lot of emails to get us to this point. You guys just see the last bit, but there was a lot of preparation forward. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Ceanlia, once again, because of this is our dispersal time. Students are leaving now. Okay, thank you.
Happy home time. Get on the bus.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Ceanlia.
Bye-bye. Have a lovely afternoon. Thanks for the opportunity.
Okay, we are going to leave the meeting, okay? Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.